Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Priz and welcome to my channel. So if you guys don't know who I am, I'm about to go on a massive adventure. I'm about to take off to a backpacking trip to Vietnam with no plan. Basically, everything that I had planned has gone absolutely downhill. Didn't get the dream job that I wanted, didn't get into the dream course that I wanted in London, and the only thing that I really want to go and do is travel and to make content and to take photographs. So I'm gonna go and do that. And in the meantime, I want to bring you guys with me and I want to make as much video content as possible. But instead of doing a very straightforward, this is who I am vlog, I was going to do a Q&A. So, because I don't have a following yet and I'm unashamedly out here on my own, I've asked my good old friend, Mr. ChatGPT, to create some questions for me for my introductory vlog. So, Mr. ChatGPT, let's see what you have for me. Okay. What inspired you to start this YouTube channel? Oh my gosh. Honestly, so many things. I really love storytelling. I wasn't naturally kind of into filmmaking. I've always been into storytelling through writing songs, and I did music for a very long time. I was always been into photography as well as writing. So I had a blog. So this kind of seemed like a natural next step from having a blog, and I really wanted to, yeah, present and get more in front of the camera, get more confident in front of the camera. And obviously, I'm inspired by so many creators, which I will come on to later. Okay. What is something unique or quirky about you that people wouldn't guess? Oh my God, I sing all the time. There is this viral guy on TikTok who is like singing in the car, in the shower when he's ordering things. That is literally me all the time. I honestly think I have a problem. Ouch! 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 I I always wanted to be a singer and I was always singing around the house, and like at first everyone was like, "Shut up! You're so annoying." And then I practiced and actually got quite good at people telling me to shut up less. But my mum is a saint because I sing everywhere all the time, and I'm laughing because I had a lot of like friends in the music industry and singers growing up around me, and we used to just like instead of talking to each other when I used to go to their houses, we just used to sing all the time to each other, and it was like the funniest thing. So, but and weird story. I got so used to singing. Sometimes when I was out and about, I was that crazy person that would sing to myself, like in the park, or when I would walk home from school. And I remember like one time one of my best friends from school was like, "Oh yeah, my mum saw you walking home from school," and she was like, "Prism was talking to himself," and I was like, "No, I was singing." So people think I'm a bit crazy, which is true. Insane. I'm like clinically insane. So there we go. Okay. How would your best friends describe you in 3 words? Oh my god, I did text my best friend this. Well, one of my best friends who lives in New York, Grace, and she said I was creative, talented, and vivacious, which I will take. I will take all three. That sounds amaze bomb. I would describe myself as slightly OCD, as a portmanteau or a hyphenated one, so it's one word really. What else would I say? Nonsensical, another hyphenated one, and irreverent, because why not? Okay, what's one thing you're really passionate about and why? I'm passionate about, I'm really passionate about music, but I'm also really, really passionate about travel because it's so engrossing and it's so psychological as well as, it's so immersive, and there's so many aspects to it. You can bring out what you want from traveling. So yeah, there is a lot that I'm really passionate about. I think that's my problem. I'm passionate about doing what I love and finding out what I love along the way and doing more of that as I go along. That is really, really important to me. If I could travel anywhere in the world, where would I go and why? Guys, so many places on my list. So Vietnam was one of them, which I'm going to next week, which I'm really excited about. I've never been. Actually, no, I lie. I passed through Ho Chi Minh City for 3 days when I went on my last backpacking trip in 2019, and it was intense and slightly scary, but the food was amazing. But apparently, it's not very indicative of the rest of the country. So I'm really excited to get onto the culture. But dream destinations, got so many. I want to go to the Cook Islands one day, French Polynesia, Bora Bora, Tahiti. Love to go to Papua New Guinea, Seychelles, Maldives, Sri Lanka, Philippines. That's definitely on there. God, there's so many places that I really, really want to go to still. So watch this space, or brands, come at me, because I really want to travel. Okay, where are the best? This is what I get all the time. Where are the best countries or places you've been to so far? And I always have to say, because it was a massive wow, and it was kind of spontaneous and unexpected, but Belize was just phenomenal. I went in 2018. I backpacked through Mexico. I was having such a good time that I was just like, I'm going to continue backpacking. And my money took me so far as Belize and Guatemala. And I wasn't even planning on going to Belize, but it was just such a wow. I'm talking about like the most amazing snorkeling I've ever done. I've got a scuba diving license, so I was like, I'm gonna go scuba. But this was the one place where I was like, the snorkeling was as good, if not better than the scuba, because you're just drifting along with the current on the top, with the sun on your back, and the water was crystal clear. And I saw everything: clownfish, super beautiful, colorful coral. It has the second most diverse coral reef barrier and biggest coral reef barrier outside of Australia's. So it's like it's a massive wow. And there's a massive blue hole there which people dive in. They've got exotic animals, amazing culture. It's like a mixture of like Caribbean and Jamaican, with obviously like the Mexican influences, but it's its own thing. And it's like $1 lobsters which are being barbecued on like beach hut stalls. It's so evocative and super interesting place to go and visit. Um, what's something you love to geek out about? This is so niche, like the most niche thing ever. But I love to geek out about every time a new album comes out, especially a big pop album from like a BPOG, a big pop girl. I I'm obsessed with going through all the writers of those songs. I spent years trying to make music and writing songs which went nowhere. And I have spent so long going through Spotify song credits for every song that's released on a new Big Pop Girl album. And I'm like, yep, know her work, know his work. He's a big producer. Oh, he's new. Like, this is all like really geeky, very, very interesting stuff to me as a former like songwriter. And I will talk more about it, my journey with music as we go along, because I think it's like a real important part of my journey. I spent years trying to be an artist and a singer songwriter, and I was like completely burnt out, lost my all my passion for it, and also just like I really saw like a very dark side of the industry. And I spent a lot of time kicking myself trying to come up with hits in a horrible studio with no money, in like awful conditions. And I was like suicidal. I was like, I want to be anywhere apart from here. I want to be travel. I want to just travel the world. And until something else comes my way where I can get into music in a more healthy way, I'm done with it for now. Like, I'm putting it on the back burner, and until I heal in a way. But travel for me is also like a really important way of processing and healing, which I will also get onto later. What's one life lesson you've learned that you think everyone should know? So many. But the one today that sticks up is I lost a good 8 to 9 years of my life to like severe chronic depression, to the point where I was like not able to function, not able to get out of bed, not able to really live by myself. I'd kind of lived like independently and things. I had to come back home, so I didn't feel like I could take care of myself. And it's an awful, really difficult place to be. And I have so much compassion for the people going through it. And so many things got me through those periods of my life. And it was, one of them was a 1% increase is better than no increase. So if you can just focus on the 1% thing that you can do better today that is miles and miles better than where you are tomorrow, and slowly they will add up. If you can, get up and make your bed, that's one thing. If you can take a shower, that's another thing. If you can brush your teeth, that's another thing. And these really simple things all add up to a point where you can get the foundations really right. And I know it sounds incredibly basic, but it was very humbling and very bizarre going from being like a top graduate from one of the top kind of universities in the world to not being able to function, to look after myself. And that really goes to show that there is more to life than just being intelligent and high achieving. There is so much emotional stuff going on, there is so much energetic stuff going on, and there is so much more to life than a piece of paper or somebody telling you what you're worth. Your worth comes from you and not from anything else external. And today I had a really tough day again. Depression is something that is a process and takes a while. But my life lesson again that I had today was like, every day you have a tough day, and they're getting less and less. I'm having more and more good days. Thank you. Every time you have a really tough day, you have two choices. You can either be willing to try or don't do anything. And once in a blue moon, if you have those, I'm not going to do anything days, don't beat yourself up about it. But remember, it won't get better unless you are willing to try. And that's your only thing you have to do. You don't have to be better, you don't have to achieve anything, but you do have to show up with a willingness to try. And that's all you can do, is show up for yourself and do your best. That's all that anyone asks of you. There's all that you can ask of yourself. Okay, more fun stuff and less serious. This is the depression, sessions.